I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They try to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man.
This is a special presentation of EA. The Coliseum back to its original 70s glory. What a scene.
New notification for Victor Campechano. Microphone unmuted.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first. And Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden. This is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think back to that period, those early days as a coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL, and then in the NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice, because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure. The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on him and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
MADEN controls. To take over control, press the PS5. PS5. MADEN NFL 23. MADEN NFL 23.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Favre to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Favre. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and the Pop will have to punt it away.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in the conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36, 16, and 2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
Well, that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Allen. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power run.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Antonio Gates, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC has taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The NFC offense coming out here. And you know, Charles, Coach Madden always said that if he had one drive to win a game and he had to pick a quarterback, he would pick Kenny Stabler. But I think if you asked him to omit any of his Raiders players, there's a good chance the guy he'd select would be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre is always smiling. He's always laughing. He's always talking to someone. He remembers that it's a game. And if it's a game, you should have fun.
And Brandon, that always reminds me of a great movie line where one of the players was telling the coach, every time I say it's a game, you say it's a business. Every time I say it's a business, you say it's a game. With Coach, it was always a game.
So as we mentioned at the top, let's take you through the life of John Madden. And you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years. The NFC with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. But the AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be at the controls. And boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy. He's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady, who turned 45 back on August 3rd, because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
But Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st-round draft pick back in 1958. It was the Philadelphia Eagles who selected him. But unfortunately for John, knee problems, they just continued to dog him. He was hurt in his first training camp. Actually never saw the field as a player in the NFL. But it was still during his time with the Eagles. You and I were talking about this before going on air, that you could start to see the light bulb going on for what his career path might entail.
And it went on in a big way, didn't it? Because while he was rehabbing his knee, he started to spend a lot of time breaking down film with the Eagles.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But there are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you...
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 minutes remain here in the first half of the John Madden Legacy game. We'll be back. Hey, we want to let you know, give you a fair warning, that coming up at halftime, the folks at EA Sports have put together a very nice package in tribute to Coach Madden, so make sure you stick around for that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and that's picked up by the AFC. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. To throw is Brady. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tim Brown, a 5-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Brady will look to throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0, 1 extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
From the 10. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
It's fielded at the 45. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On first down, Brady. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. And fortunately here for them, he's going to be taken down before he... So we're at halftime of the John Madden Legacy game. And now we present a special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by the Raiders' own Trey Mosley. The AFC going to get the football first here as we are back underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense for the AFC set to go now. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42, he had just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers. And he did with that big personality that he had, one that connected with everyone.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Throwing now is Brady. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on and called 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Time to decide how you're going to make your Madden. Become Coach. Head back to the brightest lights. Become Coach. Feeling a little rough? Head on over to the main menu and see the full array of options you've got to work with at Madden NFL 23.
On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Cubone stallion with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up a little louder, turn it up a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we...
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Birds and the Buccaneers, and it's all up next.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Well, for a little bit, we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again. Play action. Now it's Brady. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on their first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Brady. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The Bucs and Eagles, you might remember, playoff opponents a season ago. The Eagles snuck in as the number 7 seed in the NFC, but the Bucs ran out to a 31-0 lead and ultimately cruised to a 31-15 victory in Tampa. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Brady to try again after the pick-6. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 in the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, Hurts. Sanders has it over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Grant Calcaterra taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Darden now going to bring this one out of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And Tampa Bay trots splits out there now. And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now Brady. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Brady going to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
To take over control. Madden NFL 23.
30. 10. And he takes this. And the Eagles gets a pick 6 TD.
Well, this
Madden
defense
NFL.
terrific all year, and they come through with a pick.
Madden NFL 23. Button. Press PS5. Fall Guys. Fall Guys. Control. PS5. PS. Share. 0 seconds. Player controls. To move, press the up and down buttons. Pause. Button. Press cross to select. To skip forward, press the right button. To skip backward, press the left button. Paused. Resume. Share. Button. Press cross to select. Player controls. To move, press the up and down buttons. Pause. Button. Press cross to select. To skip forward, press the right button. To skip backward, press the left button. Madden NFL 23.
That's one of those plays
Control.
that you call.
It P. Control. TV and video. Search. Settings. Net. Use. Note. Voice. Access. Screen. Save. Access. Bluetooth. To move. Delete. This device will be forgotten. DualSense Bluetooth accessories. If the Bluetooth accessory you want to connect to isn't found, refer to the Control Center for Pamela Tapia. The time is now 3:24 p.m. Cards. Press the left and right buttons. To select, Control. App Library. All apps. Featured. All apps. Control Center for Pamela Tapia. Featured. Net. Showtime. Control. Switcher. To move, press the up and down button. Fortnite. New notification for Pamela Tapia. DualSense wireless controller battery level is low. Control center for Fortnite. Control home. PlayStation Store. Home for what's hot. Top 10 game. Button. God of Genshin Apex Genshin Impact. Media. Discover more games like the Top 10. Feature. Browse. All game. Browse. Search. Games tab. Switch to search for game. Call of Rocket League. God of Apex Legends. Rocket League. Search for game. The on-screen A-K J G F cap R F R cap D F D F T R R T G F D E E E D cursor placed button dot of football 2023 multiverse PlayStation Plus games for free PlayStation Store add-ons for free car 10 Ride 2 apps for Roller Bleach Brave Soul Multiverse PlayStation F capital REE L A Apex Legends PS5 PS at downloading 0% all game Genshin Impact Tom Overwatch 2 Season 2 Overwatch all game rock des add media more media. For the next video, press the R1 button, 1 out of 15. For the previous video, press the L1 button. For the next video, press the R1. Media, all games, Brown, all, Grant, NA, Horizon Forbidden, NH, Overwatch 2. Your PS5. Fortnite. New notification for Pamela Tapia. Microphone unmuted. New notification. New download update. Press the PS button for details. New notification. New download update. Press the PS button for details.